Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Sorry.
If you are seated, we ask that you stand and, if appropriate, remove your hats because we're going to start with the presentation of colors, followed by the national anthem. Color guard, 10 hot. Present colors. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. We're going to secure the flags because of the wind, so Ron's going to take care of that, and because of that. But let's introduce Anita here to say welcome to you all.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for coming today. It's a great day to be out. The sun is coming out, you noticed, as we were doing our singing.
We wish.
And we're glad to have everybody here today. Special thanks to Janet Lesko and Bob Worski, who did the honors for us. A big round of applause for them if we can. And thank you for your service as well. Armed Forces Day was established in 1949, and it became a national holiday for all the branches of the service, and has been observed every year since then. It's also observed in other countries. So if you think about 1949 after World War II, there are many other countries around the world that observe this national holiday as well. So we're here to honor our active military, and I want to say honor our active military families as well. Very important in what they do and what they sacrifice so that our men and women can keep us free, keep us safe, and defend our country. So a big round of applause for all of our active military and our veterans who are here today as well. And with that, I would like to introduce Jean Yonke back, and she is going to take over with calling our troops to the front.
Let's have our Army soldiers. Come on up. Take a place of honor. You deserve it.
Oh, thank you.
Here's from the Army. Here's from the Army. Any Coast Guard members aboard? Any Coast Guard people? Come on, Coast Guard. Well, we'll applaud for the Coast Guard anyway, because they keep our shores safe. Oh. You'll never know what I've got on my phone. and I never do anyway either. That was a good one. With a little bit of Christmas time here. Let's do we have any Marines? All right. Let's hear from the Marines. Of course we have Marines. In the shore. All right. Let's hear from the Marines. See if we get any more Christmas music. Okay. Technology is wonderful, but we need our IT committee up here. Where are they? When we need them. Okay. So, I know we've got Navy people here. All right, let's hear for Navy. All right, let's hear for the Navy. All right. All right. I'm not going to take a chance with this. Yep, here we go again. Next time I'll learn to order this. But I think what's last but not least is... Nope. No. You know, I didn't practice this, obviously, but I thought this was going to be the easy part of this presentation. Yeah. This is the one. All right, let's hear for the Air Force members. Air Force. All right. We're well represented. Let's hear from the Air Force. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we want to thank everybody up here. You've all done just more than we could ever ask of you. And Anita has a few little gifts for everybody. So we're going to hand around a few little things. There's a sign here. Thank you for your service. Is good, but not enough. We have to thank and support.
Yes. Here, here.
And Jean, what branch were you in?
Air Force.
Woohoo!
Yeah, Air Force. The one you couldn't find. The one I couldn't find.
It's got the same.
All right, now we're going to turn this over to speakers, and Ellen is going to introduce the speakers for us. Yeah, if y'all can stay here or move around. Stay warm.
Greetings. Thank you so much for coming. I'm the daughter of a Marine, and it means a lot to have you all here to celebrate with us our military. I would first like to introduce a longtime friend, the mayor of Delavan, and a father of an active service member, and that would be Mayor Bryden Schrader.
Thanks, Ellen. I appreciate it. And thank all of you for coming out this afternoon and joining us in historic downtown Delavan at a very important Armed Forces Day celebration. And as was said by Anita, the first established in 1949, and the first time celebration on May 20th, 1950. So 75 years ago, and that's pretty amazing and very, very important to acknowledge, as was stated, those active duty brave men and women that currently serve, and acknowledging the brave men and women who have worn the uniform and dedicated their service to this great country prior to that. And so I appreciate the opportunity to acknowledge and be here to be a part of this nice celebration. These types of celebrations, as I said, have been going on for 75 years now. They're going on all over our country, but this is the first one that I'm aware of that's actually being done in Walworth County. Perhaps there's more. So thank you to all of the people that knew and felt that it was so important to celebrate today, Armed Forces Day. As was pointed out, I come from a patriotic family as well. My dad served in the Army during the Vietnam era. Other family members going back other generations further. This last year, oh, sorry, I'll just talk like this. It was acknowledged that my oldest son, less than a year ago, was still at Delavan High School, and then joined after graduation last June from high school here at Delavan, joined the Marines and graduated as a Marine last September. And so certainly as much as we've always had. Thank you. So, as was stated, we not only recognize our active duty men and women, our veterans, we acknowledge the sacrifices that our families made. So, it's rewarding to see someone from this current generation that answers that same call that so many of our brave men and women before had done. And earlier this week, I had the pleasure of making a proclamation for Poppy Day sales. So before you leave the city limits, maybe stop at Piggly Wiggly or Fleet Farm and visit our Poppy Princess, our Ladies Auxiliary Group, and our proud veterans who are selling the poppies. And obviously all of those donations go to help our most vulnerable veterans. And the good news is you don't even have to wear a brace like this to display your poppy. There's plenty of other ways to display your support for our veterans. So thank you for the opportunity. Thank you to our veterans. Thank you to our active servicemen and women.
Thank you, Mayor Schrader. I would next like to introduce the organizer of this event, Jean Janke, who will be recognizing military families in attendance and presentation of gifts. So, Jean?
Since I had so much luck with my phone, I thought maybe I'd have this up here instead of holding on to it. Okay, I'm very, very thankful that you all came, and I'd really like to welcome also the families that are here that have military people that are serving now or had served. So if everybody could raise their hand if you had someone who served that was in your family. All right, that's excellent. Let's hear a round of applause, although most of you are holding your hands up. So, but Nina and Becky are going to go around and give you some little tokens to thank you for that support that your family has been given. And really, truly, military families are the backbone of our armed service. It's a role that's not easily filled. I remember the unspoken worry that I saw on my parents' face when I enlisted and when I served. I could tell by the tone of their letters, by the longer than usual hugs when I came home on leave, and the even longer hugs when I had to go back to duty. And your sons, daughters, husbands, and wives in the military, they faced enough risks. Risks they took to protect us. What's important is that we need to pay attention when politicians put them in undue additional risk. Your family members must follow orders. They can't stand up to misinformed and danger-laden decisions that politicians are made. They have to follow orders. So we must pay attention and provide support and speak up for them. So pay attention when the Secretary of Defense texts military tactics across unsecure lines. Pay attention to that. Speak up for your husbands and wives and daughters and sons. I mean, it puts them in undue risk, so we have to speak up for them. Pay attention when military deaths go unrecognized. When is it more important for the commander-in-chief to go play golf rather than pay honor to fallen heroes who gave up their lives on foreign soil during a training exercise? Speak up for them. We need to pay attention that the DEI is purging and has ended diversity training in the military. This worsens unit cohesion and retention, so we need to speak up for them. We need to pay attention when research is stopped at the VA. This jeopardizes the health and care of your husbands, sons, daughters, and wives who are serving. We need to speak up for them. We also need to pay attention when military loyalty is directed only to the executive branch. This violates norms of nonpartisan service. This puts your sons, husbands, daughters, and wives in compromising positions. We have to speak up to them for them. So in conclusion, I really want to thank all of you for coming and for supporting the military with your families, with your tours of duties yourself. Really understand that I will be paying attention and speaking up for these people in service. And I ask that you all do the same. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Randy Locke.
Well, I'm happy to be here, and the reason I am here is stand area. My name is Randy Locke. I'm happy to be here, and the reason I'm here is to salute our current active duty military people and thank them for all that they do. They do way more than we ever understand. Stuff goes on behind the scenes. They take risks and they do things to protect us. And it's incumbent upon us to support and protect them. I have concerns. The other reason I'm here is I have concerns. As Gene alluded to, the integrity of our current administration leaves a lot in doubt. And it puts our military people in positions of difficulty and danger, and they're going to be, it's going to be all covered up. They won't be responsible for it. I have concerns about our Congress and their lack of support for veterans, for the current active duty military people.
And for the Constitution.
Thank you. And then that goes right to, yes, everybody that's here that's a veteran remembers their oath to service. And right here we go. If you don't remember it, perfect example. We expect all of our service members to honor that oath to death. And at the same time, we have administrative government officials, our president, people that swear to that oath, but they don't honor it. How are we going to make them honor it? We, the people, have to hold them accountable.
Yes.
I come from a family of veterans. My father was a veteran. I have 3 uncles who were veterans. I have 2 great uncles that were veterans. And we all believe in this country. We supported this country. And when we got out, that oath of enlistment was honored with veterans benefits. Things like the GI Bill. And I took advantage of that. I went to college, and on the college campus, 6 or 7 of my closest friends were all veterans. And I don't know, for some of you that remember the late 60s and early 70s, a pretty challenging time to be a veteran. A lot of people didn't understand things. Our government was in turmoil. And guess what? I think we're there again. If not, we're really damn close. Right. I look at our active duty military people and I worry that when they get out of the service and they transition to civilian life, there may not be anything there to support them. The VA, the way they're taking a chainsaw to the administration, to the staffing, to the funding, it makes me sick. I did a little research. Support for veterans goes back to the Revolutionary War and subsequent wars to that over the years. And if you look, we've been in a lot of them. And we've asked our young people to sacrifice a lot. And that has endured. And even in 1989, they established the Veterans Administration as a cabinet level position to assure that VA support would be there for our veterans. And guess what? Today, it's eroding before our eyes. How are we going to fix that, folks?
Vote.
Vote. Not only that, we the people have to stand up. when it was first initiated after the Revolutionary War, it was common citizens that went together to the government and said, hey, we got to take care of our veterans. And we are the people. I saw a really nice saying the other night at the Vets Vote Town Hall in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. A young lady there that had a t-shirt on. And it said, show up, stand up, and speak up.
Yep.
That's how it's going to get done. And it's up to us to do it. We can't wait for the government to do it or some miracle to happen. So I encourage you, as you've showed up today, that you will show up at other events and continue to make our voices heard. Thank you very much.
I'd like to welcome Janet Geller-Lesko to the podium, please.
My husband would tell you I don't need a microphone, but... Hi, I'm Janet Geller-Lesko. I'm actually a transplant from Wheatland, and I appreciate that the Westosha Dems invited me out here today. I want to tell you that I was born at probably the worst time in my parents' life. I was born in 1954, and my dad had been blacklisted by Joseph McCarthy. Let that sink in. He was banned from the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. He couldn't find a job. He was trying to support my mom, my older brother and sisters, and me as a newborn. And they actually had to leave Albany, New York, and move to Bridgeport, Connecticut, because the FBI wouldn't stop banging on their door, insisting that he give up the names of the people who had been to a meeting who were only trying to fight fascism. That's all it was. I joined the Navy in 1986, and I'll be honest with you, I love the uniform. I think it's the best uniform, sorry. Service dress blues with those gold bars, they're rock, I'm sorry. But I also joined for another reason. It's because I was brought up, like my dad brought us up, to give back to our community, to give back to the United States, and to give back to our world. When we think of all the rights that we have, they're in the Constitution, the Bill of Rights: freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of religion. All those things, they are in such jeopardy right now. And you all have to remember that we who served, as well as our senators and congressmen and any elected official, take that oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So let that sink in, because that's what's going on every single day. So I thank you again for allowing me to be a part of this today. I'm thankful that you're all here. I feel a kinship with you that keeps me going every day. When I wake up and look at the news and think, no, this can't possibly be. And it's happening again. But we just have to stand up and show up and speak up and hold our elected officials accountable. Thank you.
Please join me in welcoming Mr. Ed Meisner.
Well, this is new. I didn't expect this at all, but I'll keep it real short. Back in 1966, I was asked to serve my country, and I did. And I took an oath to protect the Constitution up to and including giving my life. I'm ready to do that again. I'm not going to let these fascist bastards take my country away. I will do everything I can.
Yes.
And we all got to get together and fight. And that's the only way we're going to do this. more people, the better we're going to be. So get your friends and everybody involved. That's it.
And to stay involved, if you go to www.walworthdems.org and go to the new page that is Good Trouble, we will be listing, there are many, many rallies all over the state, Walworth County Dems, very committed to keeping you informed and for standing up and showing up and not shutting up. Loud and proud. Next speaker is Linda Christian.
Hello, I'm Linda Christian, and this is my hometown.
Talking to the mic.
Oh, this is my hometown, and these are my parents. And I'm here to say briefly
Close to the mic.
my father was a corporal in the Marine Corps in World War II. He was in the South Pacific. He was in Johnston Island, to be specific. My mother and her two brothers also served. One brother, Donald Deschner, was in the Navy, and his ship was kamikazed. And he survived. He had to tread water for many hours.
Wow.
Her other brother, Harold Deschner, won the Bronze Star for laying a communication wire in Germany under fire. That was when we fought the Fuhrer, not elected him. And then my mom, who was a captain in the Army Nurse Corps. She was in a war zone in New Guinea for 2 years. And my dad would never speak about the war, but my mom would talk about our boys and how she served our boys. But the other thing she made sure I knew is she said we also served the Japanese prisoner of war that were injured, got the same treatment, because that's integrity. And I was going through her belongings, and because of this today, and I found some paperwork, and I found this. Dear Mom and Dad, this is a letter I've been waiting to write. Don't write anymore. I'm coming home. I wonder what kind of home she would think this is now. We have to make it like it was at World War II when we welcomed and served our veterans. Thank you.
Our last speaker is Vicki Nelson.
Thank you all for being here today. I am a retired social worker from the VA. I can tell you there is a movement afoot to hurt every VA in this country. 17% of the workforce is going to be let go. That equates to 83,000 people. You must speak up and out and let your politicians know they cannot take away research money. They cannot let go 17% of the workforce. This is going to hurt every veteran and their family at some point. So, write your politician, send them emails, call them, and get out and attend the rallies. But I want to thank each and every one of you for your service and your dedication. Now, let's turn that dedication and honor and privilege into doing some hard work. And that's letting these people know they took an oath to protect us and to protect all our military and all our veterans. So don't let them screw us anymore. Thank you.
And in closing, Walworth County Democratic Party Chair Anita Locke.
I'm going to have my husband come over. This is personal you probably can imagine, we were teenagers when Randy got drafted. We got married. We were assigned to Fort Riley, Kansas. 2 kids from 2 farm towns in Nebraska. And we came out, and as Randy said, he could use the VA to get his GI Bill to get his education. And we really appreciated the country for taking care of us when we came out after the Vietnam War. And it wasn't easy. At college campuses with veterans, we were booed and all of that kind of stuff. So it's personal, and it's really personal what's happening right now. We have to take care of our veterans. We cannot let them leave service or come back wounded or die and not even have the President of the United States show up when they come home. So I thank all of you for being here. It's so important. We've got to show up, we've got to resist, and we've got to take care of our veterans and save our country. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Should we get a group picture? Can we all kind of get around the circle? And we've got photographers. Why don't we get a picture here?
Deb and I are short. We'll be in front. You need to go. You guys want to get a picture? Right in front.